Ladies and gentlemen, the topic that we're focusing on for the first few days of the conference is primarily nation branding, in the sense how are countries presented abroad, how are they perceived abroad, and what is the reality. And very often I think nation branding and cultural diplomacy can assist at very often completing the picture. Ladies and gentlemen, Her Excellency Ambassador Odile Bonkoungou Balima has an extensive career, initially coming from the field of law. Then in terms of her professional career, she served in 1989 as Director of Public Administration under the government of Burkina Faso. From 2005 until 2011, she held the position of Minister of Basic Education. From 2002 until 2005, she served as Secretary General for the government. And since 2012, she's been serving as the Ambassador of Burkina Faso to Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very honored to have Her Excellency here. I would ask you to please join in a very, very warm and a heartfelt welcome for Her Excellency Ambassador Odile Bonkoungou Balima. Thank you.
Before starting, I would like to say a few words about today's date. Indeed, today is a great day for women of the world, and for men too, I think. So I would like to wish good celebrate for all the women. We must together continue the fight to end violence against women. Thank you very much. Mrs. Maxner, please, can you give yeah. Turn now to the topic of the day. Before beginning, I would like to thank you very much for coming at ECD today to show your interest in the issue of climate change. A special mention to Mr. Donfried, Director of ICD, and his team. Full success in Berlin International Economic Conference 2013. Thank you for your cooperation initiative with the embassy. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, today our planet is exposed to an unprecedented environmental stress because of the negative effects of climate change. So, the climate change is a global challenge, and it is very important to note that the developing countries will strongly undergo the fatal consequences of planetary climatic variability. Therefore, Burkina Faso, which is a Sahelian country landlocked in the middle of West Africa, had to deal with the impact of climate change since the 70s, in particular to recurring droughts. But don't worry, Burkina Faso is that means upright people. That is the meaning of Burkina Faso, upright people. Burkina Faso is a wonderful and a big country. That doesn't mean compare Burkina Faso with Germany. No. The greatness and the richness of Burkina Faso is not evaluated in terms of gold or oil or diamonds, but in terms of richness, culture, hospitality, peace. In summarize, the first richness of Burkina Faso is its women and men. Just go and see. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme we have shown is Burkina Faso to test the climate change. My speech will be structured around two parts. The first part will focus on the impact of climate change on Burkina Faso. The second part will focus on environmental policy of Burkina Faso. So, what is the impact of climate change? The first part. What is the impact of climate change of Burkina Faso? Before, I would like to show you where is Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a country located in West Africa with Mali, Niger, Togo, Benin, Ghana, and neighbor. Some figures about Burkina Faso. Here is the two parts. Here you have some figures about Burkina Faso, surface area, population, annual population growth rate, demographic density. Burkina Faso has a population extremely young. A population living in rural areas, ethnic groups, 16 ethnic groups. And our richness, culture is here. Here you have a main region climatic of Burkina Faso, Sahelien zone, Sudano-Sahelien zone, Sudano-Guinean zone. And of the map, you can see the situation about climate change, the north and the south. Here again, you have the evolution of the climate zones. From 1931 to 1916, look at the situation. And after, from 1961 to 1990, look at. And today, the situation is, of course, even more serious. It is the same thing, the evolution of the different climate zone. Here, I will just to give you an illustration. On September 1st, 2009, Burkina Faso was afflicted with strong floods, important damage to crops, and in addition, increase in extreme climatic events like drought and sandstorm, and the result is the aggravation of the situation of Burkina Faso peasant or farmers. Finally, we can say that the interaction between climate change and other global problems are insufficient provision food for population, land degradation, deforestation, problem of public health, degradation of air quality, lack water, the dilution of the ozone layer, lost biodiversity. Now, for the second part, we will see what is the political orientation and environmental strategy. These are summarized as follows: decentralized rural development policy paper, rural development strategy, forest policy, national environmental policy, national and security policy, energy sector development policy paper, national water policy of Burkina Faso, action plans for integrated water resources management, environmental law, forestry law, basic of pastoralism, etc. action in environmental protection and sustainable development carried out in Burkina Faso. We have the program 8,000 villages, 8,000 forests, later 1 department, 1 forest. The program 1 school, 1 scope, later 1 school, 1 orchard. Campaigns of reforestation and afforestation, adherence to the poverty environment initiative. Here we have action in environmental protection and sustainable development carried in Burkina Faso. You have some examples of best practices. I don't know if you can see well. Little stone walls, downstream water filtration walls. This practice called Zai practice. It is typically Burkinabe. With this practice, soil and water conservation and erosion control for encrusted soils. An example of reforestation and afforestation with forest vegetation for protection against destruction and erosion, improvement of water balance and air quality. Here it is the promoting of solar energy with some examples. Utilization of solar energy with solar dryer used by women, solar earth. And here you have improved fireplaces made with bricks or metallic. And in Burkina Faso, people like so much a local drink called Dolo, beer from German. And everybody in each city of Burkina Faso, we prepare this beer. And the women need to use a lot of wood with the impact in the environment. So we have find some solution to limit the consumption of wood and energy. Here you have action in environmental protection and sustainable development carried out of Burkina Faso with facts. Action perform. I would like to give you some information. Here you have some figures about action performance, like production and plantation of seedling, training courses, improved forest and forest improvement, popularization of improved earth, forest management, and the implication of committees in the departments. So, let me, in cooperation with its partners, Burkina Faso introduced in 2007 a national action plan for adaptation to climate change with priority goals below to identify the immediate and urgent needs, activities and projects which would enable to communities to face up to the negative effects of the climate change to search synergy and complementary effects with the available instruments and development activities privileging measures to combat the impact of climate change. Top involve the risks and dangers associated with climate change into the national planning process. In conclusion, I can say that the climate change is a major challenge of humanity and especially of developing countries to reach the Millennium Development Goals. Concerns that this situation is very serious, government of Burkina Faso committed to the following: making every effort to include the climate change adaptation in policies, programs, and development strategies in all sectors of national economic life in order to give a global answer to the challenges of climate change and to seize the opportunities which they offer in terms of sustainable development, reinforcing the capacity of the country's population and institutions by exchanging and promoting positive experience within the framework of partnership, capitalizing existing expertise and the diffusion of best practice, promoting mass production of solar, hydroelectric, and wind energy, aiming and covering Africa's energy needs by 2030, privileging modes of transport production, less greenhouse gas, encouraging sustainable modes of production and consumption in the sectors of development, particularly in agriculture, in transportation, and the management of chemical products, promoting the use of clean technology, promoting the clean development mechanism. Burkina Faso is looking for external financing allowing the development of its CDM capacity and to benefit from the international carbon financing schemes. Thank you very much for your understanding.